Hey guys, Brennan Gomez here, back again with another video, and welcome to Rating Every 2022 Darlington Throwback Part 1, the Truck Series. Let's get into it. To start off, we have Hailie Deegan's throwback to Bobby Allison's Matador. I know that Ryan Reed did this same throwback a couple of years ago in the Xfinity series, and now here's Hailie Deegan and DGR bringing the throwback back. It's a simple paint scheme, so it's a simple throwback. I like the color scheme, and the throwback is accurate, apart from the number. And there's not really much more to say about this one. It's a 7 out of 10. Next up, we have Blaine Perkins' throwback to his crew chief, Doug George. Really accurate throwback. Only thing that isn't accurate is the sponsor and the number. But they did change the number font to match with the number font on Doug's truck. Good throwback. I like it. 6 out of 10. Next up, we have Spencer Boyd's throwback to Michael Waltrip. I like how they changed the number font from the normal Young's Motorsports font to the font of Michael Waltrip's car. And the scheme is accurate to the original car. I like this one. It looks good. 6 out of 10. Next up, we have Tyler Ankram's throwback to one of the all-time greats in the truck series, Mike Skinner. This throwback isn't entirely accurate. While it's got the flame design, it doesn't have the exact same colors as the original truck. On Mike Skinner's, it has a red design, but on Tyler Ankram's truck, it has an orange design. Now, I know that the sponsor is orange, but in the past, we have seen some sponsors change some colors on their logo just for accuracy. I don't know why they didn't do that here, but it's just a minor difference. It doesn't ruin the overall quality of the throwback. It's still a good throwback, just slightly inaccurate. 7 out of 10. Next up, we have Ryan Preece's throwback to Reggie Ruggiero. This is a throwback to a modified. We don't usually see throwbacks to modified drivers that often, but there have been quite a few throwbacks to modified drivers this throwback weekend. And this is the first one that we're going to take a look at. Accurate throwback. And I like how DGR changed their 17 font to match the 44 font on Reggie's car. This looks good. Accurate throwback. 6 out of 10. Next up, we have Chandler Smith's throwback to... Wait a minute. This is literally the same throwback they've ran the last 2 years. What the heck? Literally. 3 years in a row, they've run this same throwback. Apparently, it's a throwback to Safe Flight's white van. You know, like I said last year, I don't really like company throwbacks. I only like them if the actual scheme looks good. This is literally just their normal primary paint scheme, but the base color is white instead of black. And Safe Flight does have black vans. If they were to run the normal primary scheme, would it still be a throwback to the Safe Flight van? Just, what was the thought process? Did they run out of ideas for throwbacks? So they just decided to run the same throwback that they've run the last 2 years? Just, I can't get over how lazy they are. How lazy Safe Flight is with their throwbacks. Because this is literally the 3rd year in a row that they've run the white scheme at Darlington. 0 out of 10 for laziness and unoriginality. Next up, we have Derek Krause's throwback to his team owner, Bill McAnally. I couldn't find the actual paint scheme that this is throwing back to, so we'll just have to go based off the throwback. I like how they changed the number font. I assume that's the number font that was on Bill McAnally's original paint scheme. I like that touch. Since we don't have a reference photo, there's really nothing else to say here. So let's just give it a 5 out of 10 and move on. Next up, we have Danny Bones' throwback to Daryl Waltrip. I like how they changed the number font from the usual Young's Motorsports font to the 11 font. I like that touch. The throwback is accurate, apart from the number and the sponsor. It looks good. 6 out of 10. Next up is Matt DiBenedetto's throwback to the Silver Bullet, Sterling Marlin. I love this one. I may not like the driver, but I love this throwback. And I love how Rackley Roofing changed their logo to match the Coors Light logo on Sterling's car. I love the mountains, the red number, although they could have changed the number font to match the 40 font. That's my only criticism of this paint scheme. Other than that, great looking throwback. 10 out of 10. Next up, we have Josh Rayom's throwback to Dale Sr. I also love this one. This is just a reference photo of the actual throwback. The real life throwback has the number slanted forward. This reference photo has it slanted backwards. So, the real life throwback is accurate. This reference photo is not. As I said, I love this. I love how the Hardy Boys font looks similar to the Good Wrench font. And, as they say, raise hell, praise Dale, do it for Dale. They indeed rose hell, praised Dale. They did it for Dale. 10 out of 10. Next up, we have Dean Thompson's throwback to Dean Thompson. I think this might be the first time where a driver has thrown back to a driver with the same name as him. That's kind of funny, honestly. But anyway, accurate throwback. I like it. 6 out of 10. Next up, we have Carson Hosevar's throwback to Travis Pastrana. I love it. I like how Nice changed their 42 font to match the 99 font on Travis Pastrana's car. I love this one. He finished second in the truck race last night, and it would have been really cool to see him win. I was rooting for him. But ultimately it was John Hunter Nemechek who got the better of him and took home the win. That win for Hosevar is coming soon. No doubt about that. But anyway, great looking throwback. I love it a lot. 10 out of 10. Next up, we have Akinori Ogata's throwback to Mike Skinner. 2 Mike Skinner throwbacks in the same weekend. And both to different paint schemes. I like how they changed the number font from the usual 43 to the 5 font on Skinner's truck. The flame design is accurate. The number color is accurate. Everything about this throwback, apart from the number and the sponsor, is accurate. I like it. 8 out of 10. Next up is Chris Wright's throwback to Ron Hornaday Jr. What I love about this throwback is that it has the same sponsor, VFW. I love it when these guys are able to get the same sponsor for their throwbacks. It's just, they go the extra mile for accuracy. And everything about this throwback, apart from the number, is accurate. The sponsor, the paint scheme, is accurate. 8 out of 10. Next up, we have Lawless Allen's Jeff Gordon throwback. Everyone loves a good Jeff Gordon flame car, and this wasn't the only Jeff Gordon flame throwback that was run this weekend. But for now, let's talk about Lawless Allen's throwback. I love it. Everything about this is accurate, except for the number and the sponsor. I've said this a bunch of times throughout this video, but looks good. I love it. 8 out of 10. Next up, we have Brennan Poole's throwback to Cole Trickle from Days of Thunder. Gee, not like we've seen this throwback done before. This throwback isn't even accurate. It doesn't even have the right colors. The green isn't even in the right spot. What? If you're going to do a Cole Trickle throwback, at least do it right. This sucks. What were they thinking when they came up with this? Just, why? You know these are the wrong colors. And you know the green is in the wrong place. Yet you greenlit this anyway. 0 out of 10. This sucks. Up next, we have Stuart Friesen's throwback to Jack Johnson. Let me just say, I like this throwback. I like it a lot. It's orange. My favorite color is orange. So this is automatically a good throwback. The paint scheme is accurate. Number font's accurate. And Hosevar even went the extra mile and changed the font of their logo to match the font on the original car. And although it might not be the same number, this is the 52, while the car it's throwing back to is the 12, it's still a good throwback. I like it. I like it a lot. 7 out of 10. Next up, we have Chase Purdy's throwback to Daryl Waltrip. It's not entirely accurate, but it's close enough. Any paint scheme with a flame design on it looks really cool, in my opinion. And this one is no different. I like it. Although they could have changed the number font a little bit to match the 12 font on Daryl's truck. But still a good throwback, nonetheless. 7 out of 10. And for our final throwback, we have Colby Howard's throwback to J.T. Gordon. I like this one. It looks good. Paint scheme's accurate. Number font's accurate. Number isn't entirely accurate, but it has a 9 in it, so it's good enough. And I like how they changed the number font of the 91 to match the 29 on JT's car. Good looking throwback. 6 out of 10. And that concludes part 1 of rating every 2022 Darlington throwback. What do you think? Do you think some of these should have been given a higher rating? Do you think some should have been given a lower rating? How would you rate these throwbacks? Let me know in the comment section below. If you want to see more of me, be sure to follow me on Instagram and join my Discord server. Links to both are in the description down below. Leave a like on the video and subscribe to my channel for more motorsports content. Thank you all so much for watching. That's it for me. Peace.